to men. Guess what? It's not my prime focus or prerogative to be sexually attractive to random conservative men online. And you're trying to pinhole me as a liberal. You're trying to pinhole me as a liberal. You're trying to pinhole me as a leftist when that's absolutely not the case. I'm a heritage American. I grew up with a Confederate flag in the home, and I'm a lot more American than you are. Boo-hoo me because I'm not worried about defending Exxon. Boo-hoo me because I think that monopolies are wrong, right? I'm a communist because I think that that monopolies threaten American democracy and threaten the American middle class. Boo-hoo to me because I believe that monopolies threaten the American middle class.
Hey, you're destining out right now. Calm down, buddy. Calm down.
I thought that was coming from the TV they were watching right now.
Because I am not going to play this game. You're not ready or willing to have a substantive conversation, then I'm not going to waste my time here. Is that surprising? You're not willing to have a substantive conversation because you know that you do not really stand by what you believe.
Hunk, I've been pretty considerate to you, all things considered. Can I ask you a question?
Please do.
Have you,
somebody who's not a consummate fool. Oh, what a joy! What a miraculous event, right? What a miraculous event that someone that's not a consummate fool, that someone's not a consummate fool is actually going to speak up.
Okay, why don't you stay up for 5 seconds and I'll spur it out.
So, Hunk.
When is season 2 of your sacrifice?
Hunk, are you the YouTuber Kailash Shampoo?
No.
Oh, surprise, surprise, he's actually a fool. Let's have a substantive conversation about the American crisis. Let's have a substantive conversation about the reality of what's going on in America, how young men are more likely to end their own life than to get a job where they'll be able to afford a house. Have you heard the new statistics? It is more likely for a young American white man to end his own life, to commit suicide, than to get a job where he will be able to buy a house in the next 10 years. Do you realize that? Do you realize that? Those statistics are very real. Those statistics are very real and very true.
Hey,
This is Grand Admiral.
You guys are going to sit around and waste my time, you do that. You're going to sit around and waste my time, you do that. But I'm not going to waste my time.
Anyways, you still haven't even made a point of how China is better than America.
It's timeout time.
America is in crisis.
How is China better?
Why do we ask that question like it's what? No, let me answer that question. How is China better? How is China better, right? How is China better?
You made the bold claim, now back it up.
How is China better than America? Is that your question?
Yes.
Newsflash. There is no absolute betterness of any country or any person from another. However, in terms of skilled manufacturing, America might as well be a third world country compared to China. How about that?
Okay.
How about them apples? Oh yeah, that's rage bait to say that American manufacturing might as well be a third world country when compared to China's capacities and China's abilities.
Our steel manufacturing would be better if we could have child labor.
Would be, could be. Another example directly connected to American business interests. Another example connected to American business interests and the interests of the consumers. If China was allowed to bring in their cars and bring in their manufacturing system to America, they would outcompete every single American car business overnight in quality and price by a magnitude of 4. And so America is in crisis because jobs are not coming back. Okay? The job market is as broken as it was when Donald Trump first came back to office. Okay?
Go to your mom, make a mistake by not keeping her legs shut.
You just don't want to have a discussion about it. You'd rather posture about Donald Trump good, rather than to have a real discussion about the crisis that America is
I
in.
said, I'll have a conversation with you. I got 15 minutes. We've already eaten up 5 minutes. You screwed it up.
Admiral, he's not here.
Well, now you're wasting extra minutes whining and crying about the fact that I've actually got major points to share with this community. But everyone wants to LARP as some kind of financial advisor, some kind of political dynamic advisor for the New World conglomerate representing America and the United States, and it's not going to fly. You've got nothing to say about Russia. You've got nothing to say about Iran politics and the war. You're undereducated, you're overprivileged, and you are absolutely out of your element when you're talking to somebody like me.
I can't stand here.
All they want to do is posture. All you want to do is posture about the duality of Donald Trump is good or bad, America good, China bad. A lot of people can hear me.
Calm your tits. Calm down.
A lot of people can hear what I'm saying, and a lot of people understand what I'm saying. Instead of posturing about Donald Trump being good and everybody else being bad, why don't you talk about what I've brought up about American manufacturing, about the desolation of the job market in the past 4 years since Donald Trump's reelection?
Twins got a God button.
Alright, so that's much better. Okay, now that we
Why
can
you
hear.
shut the fuck up now? I'm talking. Anyways, so I'm gonna let him state his freaking point, and I'm gonna pick somebody to respond, so we don't have this fucking Oonga Boonga gallery, okay? That's what we're gonna do.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Grant.
Get some damn structure.
Now, freaking Monk, state, when you talking about the American crisis, define what that is, and then someone I will pick will respond.
Okay. The American crisis is such that the people who are in leadership of America have no incentive to give Americans good paying jobs or affordable housing, and that the schema of barring immigrants so that Americans can work low paid jobs is ridiculous, and that the people that are pushing out the propaganda to make people vote Republican that say we need to close our borders are the exact same interests and people that are specifically dependent upon immigrant labor to keep prioritizing profit over people, which is at the core of American morality, which is why we are in crisis.
All right, so to dumb that down, your point is that politicians in America don't care about the voters, the American citizens, and instead they're subsidizing the immigrants to get what they want. Is that what you're saying?
No, because these are two different groups. There is a billionaire class. We could say a corporate monopoly, conglomerate billionaire class. Politicians are elected because they will work for and with those people. And of course, as I'm sure you can imagine, if you grew up in poverty or you grew up lower middle class, the lifestyle and the community and the kinds of people and the kinds of education systems that you go through as a millionaire, as a billionaire, totally disconnect you from regular people. Also, that essential to the American dream is that an American culture is that you'll get away from regular people.
Okay, cool. Now, now you said that's the issue. What is your solution that they can respond to?
We are not politicians. We're not billionaires. It's not our position to talk about the solution. That's a LARP. It's like the solution to the Iran war with a bunch of fucking random people talking about it. I'm just sharing my understanding. I'm sharing my experience of what's going on. And I'm saying, let's discuss that. Maybe you have a different paradigm.
Ready? Listen, you cannot say, oh, there's this issue. Like, there's not enough, like, freaking pizza to go around. And just complaining, and then say, well, what's the solution?
I'm not complaining. I'm sharing the issue. I want to hear from you. I want to have a conversation. I'm not here to lecture people about what I think everybody should do. I'm here to have a conversation with people from different backgrounds and experiences.
What is the point of a conversation if it's not to get after a solution?
Okay, this is another major problem, American crisis. We have totally lost our capacity to communicate with each other. We've lost totally any capacity for common speak. This idea that me and you, random people, are going to come up with a solution and then do what with it? What are we going to do with the solution? Shove it up our ass where our heads are stationed? I'm here to have a discussion. I'm not here to talk about is Trump good or bad. It makes sense what I'm saying, and I don't know why nobody wants to discuss it.
It's compulsion, but you don't want to talk
I don't
about
want to discuss nothing.
change the
It's a
situation.
topic.
That's exactly what you heard. You don't complain about something you don't like, but you are not concerned about fixing it.
If you could just
Right,
talk in a normal
you're basically
voice.
just trying to blackmail everyone at this point.
Having actual discussions as heritage Americans, sharing our experience, sharing our values, sharing our understandings, instead of pretending to be these LARPed up global master leaders or something like that, is very worthwhile. To cross the bridge between our different divides and to amalgamate our experience together so we can develop a deeper, more refined understanding of our views, our principles and practices is essentially what has value here. Go and look, let me say this. Go and look at the last Donald Trump. Go and look at the last Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton debate. Go and look at the last Donald Trump and Joe Biden debate. And look at the level of speech going on there. Look at the level of communication going on there.
They're like 2-3 years.
And that's what these people don't want to do. They don't want to have a down-to-earth, realistic discussion about these topics and about these modalities. These principles and these practices, because they're too deep for them, they're too conscious for them, and they need to hold on to, they need to cling on to their left-right politics. No, Donald Trump is the good man who does the good things. No, he's not. Absolutely he's not. He's a man. He does what he does. It's for the people that he's connected with and informed by, which is not us, not American people as a whole. And that's what I'm actually here taking a stand against. Let's come back to common speak. Let's come back to simplicity in our way of communicating with one another. It's saying that the dump of Trump is fixing the world problems and issues is just about the same as saying Donald Trump is causing the world's problems and issues. It's an ad hominem. It's a dead topic. We need to talk about real things in our society, in our community, that we can practically engage with. And one of those things is me and you having a conversation. America in the modern day is being turned into Epstein Island for billionaires and millionaires. And it's not going to fly here. And I'm not going to play that game here. Oh yeah, the Epstein files are AI. The Epstein files are AI.
He's not talking.
I think it was connected to the wrong one.
It's what he just did was very performative, right? Like we all know
Yeah,
that.
he wasn't ready to engage with anything.
That he wasn't here to have a conversation. He was.
Brian, it just sounds like you were like eating your mic for a second.
Okay, well, so
I wish he was like here to have a conversation, because I would honestly.
What am I here if not here to have a conversation? I am sweating. My whole body is sweating because I am driven and I am passionate about having a real conversation. What they don't like and what they don't want to hear is when they start yapping and then you start barking. And especially when you got a bite, when they can feel that you've got a bite behind that bark. And that's why they don't want to have real substantive discussions. They don't want to have real substantive conversation about what's being brought up and what's being talked about, because they want to stay in the pipeline. They want to stay in their pipeline of I'm on the right, I'm on the left. It's entirely performative. It's entirely performative.
Attempt of getting additional views or donations. I mean, this is his thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like this whole entire thing is performative.
Oh, this entire thing is performative. 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 This entire yap. Instead of actually having a real conversation about the kind of things that are going on in our government, the kind of things that are going on in our society, the kind of things that's happened to America right now.
Okay, let's define the issue, and then what do we do about it? And there's value in doing X, Y, and Z. If something has value, it means that it changes something. So what is the end goal?
Everything is already changing. Something doesn't have to have value. Doesn't mean it changes. Value means it changes something. Talk about Orwellian newspeak. Talk about Orwellian newspeak. Because something has value, it means it changes something. Where did you come up with that bullshit? Where did you come up with that bullshit? Because there's value, something changes.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, the important
I need electric cars because that company,
They just want to yap. They don't want to be challenged. They don't want to have any real discussions about anything. All right, so W's in the chat, everybody. Who's here for the first time? Welcome in. I'm Dr. Rob. I'm a political analyst. I view political issues from a Buddhist worldview, and I try to incorporate compassion, mindfulness, and detachment in all of my political values. And I try to have real discussions, not only with people that are on my side, but people that are on all kinds of different sides of the world. If you'd like to ask a serious question, please consider to send a super chat. This is one of our big shows, one of our major shows for today, and you're welcome to ask your question. It's not about feigning concern. It's about engaging one another and having real discussions based on common speak with one another about the values that we are supposed to have and that we think that we have as Americans. I'm retired. Why would I go home? I am home. I'm retired. I retired at 33 years old. So I've set this up to have a political debate with a Hindu God man that is a 30-year-old man that lives at home with his mother, and we're here to debate politics. And he's calling in right now. Please introduce yourself, Shiva Kailash Shambho. Welcome, everybody. Please introduce yourself to this political debate.
Hello, my name is Shiva Kailash Shambho. I'm a YouTube commentator, very successful YouTube live streamer, and I'm 30 years old. I'm a wise spiritual master. I've been to various spiritual places in the world, including various parts of India, and I'm here to educate this young man on the virtues of being peaceful and patient. Thank you very much for having me on the show. I'm glad to be here.
What's Trump's plan? To retire at Mar-a-Lago? This idea that Trump is a saint is absolute malficient miscommunication and misrepresentation of who this man is.
At Daddy underscore Hashi donated 40 rupees. Jar Shambho, what is the idea about Hinduism?
I'm here to have a deep political discussion about Donald Trump, about the Epstein files, about Joe Biden's place in the Epstein files that not a lot of people know about. You'd be surprised how much I know. So sit down, get yourself a cup of coffee, have yourself a cup of tea, a beer if that's your thing. Sit down and relax, and let's have a real discussion. I'm not at work because I retired at 33. I love it when poor people come along because they're being manipulated by billionaires to be against the people that are actually a part of their economic class and are telling people to get a job when you're a month and a half away from being out on the streets. When you can't even afford a proper school system for your children, you tell me to get a job. Hey, buddy, I'm retired. Why would you tell somebody who's retired at 33 to get a job? You got something wrong with your head? KK says, I'm afraid for my country. And a lot of Americans are. America is in crisis. So Shiva, what about, is America in crisis?
not just America is in crisis, Canada also is in crisis, and I'm afraid for this country too. Although the effects aren't as immediately felt as America or the United States. Things are happening, and we gotta change it as individuals.
And Danny_Core has she donated 40 rupees. Poopy poopy scopy doppy Joe for my president.
Thank you very much. So what can we do? What are the solutions? We know the problem. How are we gonna solve it?
The solutions are making sure that people like this guy, 30 years old, living at home with his mother, are put in their place. And that a standard is set where people don't fall into this parasocial giggly land of this fake micro-celebrity posturing and presenting himself as some holier-than-thou God man who's got life figured out at 30 as he lives at home with his mother's house. I retired at 33 years old. Maybe you do a little bit of work to work on your own solutions. People need to learn how to do their work on their own solutions for their families, for their communities, and stop funneling the billionaire propaganda, New World Orders movement into their throats. This is absolutely reprehensible, what's happening to our country, what's happening to America, and happening to countries all over the world because of this new world financial order, where billionaires are manipulating our population using AI and using all kinds of different systems to subliminally manipulate the youth through the algorithm, through YouTube, TikTok. Let me tell you something, China is the least of your worries. China is the very least of your worries. Wait till you see what comes next. Wait till you see what comes next with this new generation of AI propaganda campaigns to manipulate you and your children's minds to vote in a particular way at a particular time, just like that. These corporations have all your information, and now they have the technology to use that information against you, against your own psychology. And what a surprise that this Orwellian, Rockefellerian, Soviet propaganda machine that is our American education system has put people into a situation to not know how to think for themselves. How many people here actually know how to think for themselves? How many people here have actually trained to control their own mind, to work with their own mind, and not to just be a Soviet laborer? Communism is the last thing you need to worry about. You need to worry about what's happening inside of our country right now. And no, I'm not using government benefits. I retired at 33 years old because of some proper investments that I made, smart investments that went along with hard work. And now the statistics have just came out that it is more likely for a young man, a 20 to 35-year-old young man, to commit suicide than it is for him to have a home, to buy a home in the next 10 years. How about that for statistics? How about that for what's going on in our world? It's more likely for a 20 to 30-year-old man to commit suicide, more likely than that, than it is for him to buy a home in the next 10 years. So you tell me what kind of country that is. You tell me what kind of economic system that is. While we're looking at China, complaining about what they're doing, our billionaires and millionaires are in bed with them to turn America into another Epstein Island, to a massive Epstein Island, feminizing boys and sexualizing young girls, to turn them into prostitutes, to prostitute their bodies for money. Is that what you want? Is that what we want in our new American order? And surprise, surprise, the current president of the United States is a known collaborator with a pedophile. Is that the kind of life that you want to live? Is that the kind of society that you want your children to grow up? So we've got to communicate with one another and do something about it. And guess what? Your votes don't matter. The system is set up in such a way that your votes are specifically there and programmed to not matter. How do we do it? How do we start working with it? We learn to communicate with one another. We learn to use our own human compassion, our own human wisdom to be better fathers, better mothers, better daughters and sons, better people in our community. I started this channel in 2018. I started this channel. It's called Monk Life Meditation. Go and take a look at it if you'd like. To specifically speak up against the New World Order, the global elite that are manipulating our children and manipulating our votes. You want to know what's taken away our elections? I'll tell you. And it's not Donald Trump and his fans. It's an AI system that has been created to manipulate and to propagandize against specific people in specific places that are undereducated in America. That is what's going on. And I'm finally in position to take a stand against that. After years of hard work, after years of putting my body and mind on the line to work for what I have, I retired at 33 years old. Okay, we're getting a lot of people raiding the chat with disingenuous messages and not being authentic and not being honest. So we're going to start calling the chat, everybody. Coffee? Can you make me the coffee, honey? No. The new coffee? Because we're going all in tonight. Because we're going to make a difference tonight. And what's needed? This is needed. People who aren't doing Orwellian newspeak, trying to get you to pick the right or the left side, but actually say, hey, let's show up, let's have a conversation. Let's support each other as human beings. Let's communicate with each other as human beings. Let's meet each other where we are and be able to support each other intellectually, financially, materially, socially, emotionally, etc. To build a community for our people, not for the billionaires that are looking to Epstein Islandify our societies and our communities. These groups are specifically working to feminize our boys and to sexualize our girls. OnlyFans. Anybody here ever heard of OnlyFans? We have somebody from the live stream that would like to call in. Is that okay? Would everybody here like to see somebody call in, have a real conversation? Somebody who has questions?
Why are they not prepared?
What do we think? So you can leave a like to support these conversations that the global elite don't want you to have, but you can also just tap on the screen. And that also supports us, apparently. Okay? This is underground media. That's precisely what this is. Underground media. And as I've said before, if the FBI, if the CIA, if governmental agencies aren't already watching my work and watching my projects, they will be soon. Yeah, keeping us in fear, keeping us in greed, keeping us in bullshit thoughts, Orwellian newspeak. Okay, you go ahead and send a message if you want to call in. My WhatsApp number is right there. You have my WhatsApp number. Anybody wants to call in, debate, there's no debate here. We're here to have real discussions, not posturing, not debates of posturing, as many people like to do. It's very convenient for their IQ score, all of this posturing. We are in a society that is corrupt to its core. A global society built on putting ourselves above our nation, putting ourselves above our community.
At Joe Bob's 6 donated $10.
If you'd like to call in, I'll put my number in the chat. The topic is America in crisis. Is America in crisis? Call in down below. And that's a question I have for you. Is America in crisis? Or is America doing just fine the way that it is? Is America in crisis, or is it doing just fine the way that it is? What do you think? What's your understanding of it? We're having a spiritual crisis, and we're also having an economic crisis in America. It doesn't take so much to think this through and see it the way that it is. We are having a spiritual and an economic crisis here in America. A spiritual economic crisis in America. Watching our infrastructure collapse. The only infrastructure that's not going to collapse is the airports for private jets being flown by billionaires and millionaires all over the world. Now I'm coming in here not to posture, not to play games, but to have a real conversation. To have a real conversation based on common speak.
You beat me to it.
I think he got kicked from another room mid-combo. I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
I'm starting
America is in crisis.
Yo, this is crazy. These guys do not have credibility.
America is in crisis. I got plenty of credibility. Christianity is basically gone from America. Christianity has been co-opted by the billionaire class and the New World Order, and is actively using the Christian population to exploit their values. Christians, by and by, are undereducated, they're underinformed, and they're in economic dead zones just trying to get by.
Bro, hey, bro, listen.
Don't come in here with the ad hominems. If you're not ready to have a real conversation, then keep your voice down.
Dr. Rob. Wait, don't mute it, Dr. Rob. Your ball spot is in a place. No, but really, Dr. Rob.
Is this the level of dialogue? Is this the level of dialogue here?
All right, Dr. Rob. If you're going to make a claim that...
So don't mute me when this is the level of dialogue. Don't tell me that I can't speak when I've got real things to say and real things to talk about here, and actually want to have a real discussion, a deep one too.
All right, let's have a real one, Dr. Rob. Let's have a real one, right? You said Christianity is dead from America. I agree with you, bro. We don't look for God in the world. We don't look for God in the world, Dr. Rob.
You can't separate modern Christianity from American politics and American culture, whatever that is. And that's precisely the problem with modern Christianity. That's precisely the problem.
God in the world. Dr. Rob, I agree with you. We don't find God in His world. We don't find God in the world, Dr. Rob. I totally agree with you. God is not found in the world.
And that's why I became a Buddhist. That's why I found Buddhism, because the communities and the practices and the environments for people to really pursue Christianity are not there. Christianity in most places is a farce and a cover for American conservatism and American right-leaning politics. Real Christianity is hard to come by in America. Real Christianity is very hard to come by in America.
Dude, you knew.
Palestinian, bro.
No, he said something stupid. It's like, hey, you guys, I grew up in the world, and ooh, people were bad who claimed to be Christian, so I became a Buddhist.
If all we're going to do is whine and posture, if all we're going to do is whine and posture and play games and act like we don't have a real conversation to be had here, then that's out of control. And I don't agree with that. We can have a real conversation about American Christianity, but you're going to have to humble your ego. You're going to have to humble your ego to have a real conversation about American Christianity, because otherwise it's not going to happen. Because your ego is the work of the devil. Your ego is primarily operating under the principles and practices of devilism and Satanism that has infiltrated this country, infiltrated the people in this country.
I can't believe a grown man would just not listen to himself.
You know,
Like, he literally said,
Jesus Christ.
like, yeah, bro.
You're not ready to have the conversation that I'm bringing here. And that's why you're muting me. That's why you're shutting me down. Because you're not ready to have this conversation. Because you don't want to have this conversation. You don't want to have this conversation.
Modern Christianity is the problem because Paul.
The reality is that you are unwilling to have these conversations on common speak terms, in common speak ways. You would rather fall into Orwellian newspeak. You would rather fall into Orwellian newspeak than have a real conversation about the dynamics that are going on here. You don't want to hear what I have to say, and that's why you're silencing my voice and you're fighting against the work that I'm trying to do here. The honest to God work, the real conversation, the energy that I'm bringing here, you're not willing to listen to that. You're not willing to hear that.
Oh, I'm gonna follow your Reddit. I'll follow you on Reddit.
Yeah, this is a Dr. Rob's the type of guy that starts cults.
Yeah. Dr. Rob's the kind of going into ad hominem, going into lowering the conversation, lowering the topics, not willing to talk about anything real. Not willing to talk about anything real. Not willing to share our values. Not willing to share our principles and practices. Not willing to talk about the things that matter to us and the things that we have experience with in our lives. And it's absolutely appallable. It's absolutely appallable. That's absolutely appallable.
Some of the people up the top that are locked in that, they might be Islamic, but they're not walking around down at the marina. It's like 70% expats there, and they're not going to be citizens, those people in Dubai. They're just either working and building shit, or they're just putting their money because there's no tax. But they're not going to be citizens of the UAE. They're not going to be claiming any services or any shit like that.
That's the point. I was not talking about what the
Well,
commission.
Thank you, honey. I have not eaten food for 5 days. 5 days of detoxing. Not a single meal that I've had in 5 days. Fasting, not consuming food. I will not give my platform to liars, to scammers, to con artists, and all these different people that want to come up and make use of my platform to proposition and to posture their own egos. It's not going to happen. And I'm going to keep fighting, and I'm going to keep standing up for what I believe in, whether or not the New World Order wants me to do it or not. You got something important to say, you want to donate, you want to support this work, send a super chat. Send a donation.
YouTube with Shiva?
Yeah, he's here, but he's not saying anything. I'm sorry for what I said, Shiva. I apologize. You want to go live together, Shiva? Would that make you feel a little bit better? Would that make you feel better, Shiva, if we go live together on both channels? I'm wearing a beautiful cotton shirt. Yeah, this is Buddhist fasting, okay? This isn't about this or that. If you are against Donald Trump, make a donation right here and right now. If you are willing to take a stand against Donald Trump, make a donation right here and right now. Some people are starting to get it. Some people's refinement, some people's taste, some people's dynamic is starting to raise up as they start, I kind of get where this guy's coming from. It means you have a higher standard of thinking. You have a higher standard of how you compare and contrast these talking heads that appear before you. Yeah, and most people are too stupid to get it. But that doesn't mean we're going to change our work and change our dynamics. And if you get it, you got a long way to go. For everybody watching on this channel right here, the channel that I'm pointing at right here, you can see my finger. Head over to the Monk Life Meditation YouTube channel. We have a very high quality live stream. We have very high quality audio. This is where our dynamics and this is where our talks and our teachings are going to be taking place from here on out. Monk Life Meditation. Type in Monk Life on your YouTube and you will see that channel show up. Shiva, I'm sorry about what I said before. Would you feel better if we go live together? I'll send you an invite. I know you've been going through some things, but I'm still here. I still support you. I still care about you. I'm still your friend. That's right. That's right, John Wida. And we'd love to see if you support this work. You want to see somebody standing up against Donald Trump. We appreciate your donations as well, John Wida. Some of that Norwegian money. That goes a long way over here. Thank you very much, John. I retired at 33. %, Maxis. The elites are controlling the mindset of the youth. Do not unsubscribe. Tomorrow's going to be 6 days without food, everybody. 6 days without food.
6
breatharian diet, breatharian lifestyle. So what are you doing today, Shiva? You're just sitting there and raking in the donations and raking in the subscribers and stuff. What's going on? What's new with you, Shiva? Great job, Rico. Great job. That's great. We've been inviting our community members to do fasting and to participate in this detox. There's no problem, not quite normal. You can just stop eating. Or you can, what I did, I transitioned from eating to like vegetables, like cooked vegetables, like soup and juices and fruits. So 1 or 2 days you eat fruits or you eat vegetables, then you just stop the eating. You can still have juices, but you want natural juices. Natural light vegetables like watermelon. You could do a watermelon fast. You could just eat watermelon for a day. That'd be a good detox. Thank you, Gregory. Let's bump up that money amount a little bit, Gregory. That's a pretty low amount, okay? So we like donations, but we like larger donations. We don't need small donations, okay? Give small donations to your local homeless people, okay? We want substantive donations. We're practicing self-sacrifice, saying I support this, I want to be a part of this. I'm sacrificing a part of myself, part of my attachment base, to show my appreciation, my support, my connection with what's going on here. That's it. It's not complicated. No, I don't watch Professor John. I don't watch that kind of stuff. Yes, exactly. Only for that way of doing it. Not another way. Not another way of thinking about it, not another way of doing it. Yeah, and then after fasting, the problem that a lot of people get is they are stuck. They're stuck in this cheeseburger mentality. You haven't eaten for 5 days. Why do you need to eat a bunch of food now? It's because that cycle wants to recreate itself. So you need to let your body decompress from this attachment to eating food. Human beings don't need to eat food to be alive. Okay, that's what breatharianism is all about. Human beings don't need to eat food to be alive. And I'm proof of that. I'm proving that right now. I haven't eaten any food in 5 days. Here I am. I'm alive. I haven't had any meals. So this is a meal detox. I'm detoxing from meals. Excuse me?
How long can you not eat food for?
Apparently longer than you. I mean, you have no track record. You have no expression of doing anything that's an ascetic or a sannyasin element, has an element to it. You should go on a fast, a pranic fast. Restart your whole grift with that stuff. People will believe that. That'll get them right back on there. I'm fasting. I'm doing a pranic fast. Everybody will believe you. And that's a good gimmick for your little show, too. I'm fasting, I'm fasting, I'm fasting, I'm pranic fasting, pranic fasting. I'm releasing old cells from my body. You need to do a fast. If Dr. Rob can do it, why can't you? That's why they've been silent about it. They say, Dr. Rob fucking loves to eat. What's he doing fasting for 5 days? And they know I'm honest. I wouldn't lie about something like that. Right? Whereas for you, you're getting you're selling vegan beeswax candles. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know that was possible. Well, soon we're going to see Shiva the beekeeper, right? With tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of slave bees that he's smoking up to extract their honey, talking about, hey, everybody, we're selling 3 days of Beehive, vegan beehive honey, vegan bee candles. You'll corner the market, man. Lean in, Shiva. Lean into this, man. Come on. Actually, I think it's more like 10 days without water, but you have to be meditating. You can't be doing any kind of stuff. I heard something like that, or a week without water, either a week or 7 days. Because as Sayadaw says, you eat more food, you need more food. You drink more water, you need more water. You think more thoughts, you need more thoughts. Yeah, Shiva shaking his head. Yeah, it's such an appreciation of the finer things in life, huh, Shiva? He wishes. He wishes that. It's not the case. I'm accepting calls, I'm accepting donations, I'm accepting gold bullion. We still want to invest in gold. That's one of the projects we haven't been successful in. We want to invest in gold. We need to invest in gold. The gold holdings of Dr. Rob need to increase. Send me a message, Mac Guy, if you want to call in. Okay? But maybe send your donation before that. Or if it's a time-based thing, just send me a message and call in. I'll call you right away. On WhatsApp, that's right.
Just change the audio filter first.
I'm going to change your filter. I'm going to change your filter. My filter's already changed. It's your filter that's not changed. My filter's changed. What do you mean change your filter? Oh, now you're helping me out, huh? I'm going to help you out. I haven't eaten for 5 days. You're starting to look kind of tasty, Shiva Kailash Shambho. I'm seeing barbecue in my future. God, I need to get this fucking thing out of my eye. Fucking abscess. It's not painful. It's not spreading. It's just fucking there. Obsessing. It's an obsessive abscess. The WhatsApp is pinned. It's not that complicated, everybody. It's not a wound. It was an internal sty that moved into the eye, became an abscess, and now it's just stuck in the middle. So there's no opening. There's no opening to it. It's just stuck there. No bacteria is getting into it. All right, here we go. Let me try. I'll try to call you, Mac Guy. There's connection issues of some kind. What's going on here? I don't know. I can't call you. Okay, here we go. Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. All right, so what was the, I guess, antithesis of this conversation you're having about America is in crisis? What is the root of this conversation? Hello?
All right, Matt, guys. So I'm not seeing anything in my PayPal. I know you said there was a big donation coming in soon, but I'm not seeing any of that.
Rob, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello? Hey, I just heard you say about a donation.
Hello?
Hey. Can you hear me, Rob? Mic check. Check, check.
So I'm
Mic
still
check.
not seeing anything in my PayPal.
What were you expecting?
You sent me a message. You said there was a big donation coming in from this big job that you got. I'm not expecting anything. I'm just following along with what you said. Now you're insulting me, saying I'm expecting something from you. I'm not expecting anything from you. You said, like, I just got a big job. I'm going to give you a chunk of it because I've been following you and listening to you, and it's been benefiting me.
Was that before or after the crash? Yeah.
Okay. We're done with that. All right, so if anybody wants to call in on WhatsApp, you're welcome to do so.
At UKG85 donated £5. Dr. Op has balls and I like balls. The yin and the yang are strong with Shiva and Monk. Love you guys. Folded hands emoji. What's your favorite breathing routine, guys?
You want to see my favorite breathing routine? Hello?
How you doing? You good?
How much money do you have?
I don't know.
Well, if you're not going to be honest, then there's no reason for you to call, big guy. How much money do you have?
2,000 right now, like $2,000.
Okay. Where are you calling in from?
Istanbul.
Istanbul, Turkey. I like the shisha. I like the tea. I like the shawarma. So what are you calling in for? I've received calls from you. I've received messages from you. What's going on? Who are you, and what are you doing calling me, and what are you doing trying to come up towards me?
I'm looking for doing business. I want to start my YouTube channel, and I want to I send you my videos. I want to see what you think about them.
Well, what do you want me? Do you want to hire me to be a professional consultant for you? Nothing in life is for free, young man. I'll tell you that right now. Life doesn't work that way.
Yeah, but I have potentials, man. I have potentials.
Well, you got a potential for having my foot up your ass. Everybody, we have a absolutely remarkable situation that we'd like to show for everybody here. Now, we are going to be working on bringing this to Vietnam. We do not know if we're going to be able to do this, but we certainly are planning to do so. We have created, my friends, a cardboard cutout of Shiva Kailash Shambho that we are planning. One of our supporters, one of our teachers in our tradition here, a friend of the show, it has created a cardboard cutout for us to include in the meditation center to have here in YouTube and to have on our live streams. So actually, sometimes people are saying, well, what's Shiva doing? You can't get in contact with him. We'll bring Shiva along with us. And we're very, very grateful to have a donation like that. That's what our community represents. That's what our community is about, everybody. So we got to get back to this young man. Look, you ever had a coach before? You ever had a coach?
No.
Okay, coaches cost money. All right, I want to get this Aditya on the phone. Hold on, I'm going to hang you up and I'm going to call back, okay? I'm glad that you're roaring to go. I appreciate Istanbul, Turkey. Let's give a big W in the chat for Hasanabi, huh? Hasanabi, showing everybody that... Okay. So let's see if we can get this Aditya guy here to help set a little bit of a standard here for this young man, because he is really going through something here. hell? What's that? Amir. This is Amir, everybody. Amir. Amir. We're going to take it deeper than that, okay? We're not going to let it settle on what he wants. We're going to go deeper than that.
Okay, can you hear me?
Okay, what do your parents do? What does your family do?
My dad is actually working in a car company. It's a private car company he works in.
He sells cars or he's an owner?
He's actually the owner of the company.
So if you want this coaching, if you want this training, what does your mother do?
She's a
householder. Your mother is a householder. That's fine. You want this training because you don't have enough money. You're going to have to talk with your dad and tell him, I'm looking for an online coach, an American guy to follow my art, to follow my passion, and you see what kind of budget your dad gives you to do this coaching program with me.
Okay, but is it live right now? Are we like talking into a live server?
Don't worry about that. Everything is empty, right? The Buddhism, the spiritual truth, right? Everything is empty. None of these people are real.
Oh, because I'm actually serious about this. Like, I want to.
Well, then you got to talk to your dad to give you some money, some Turkish lira, because what you've got isn't going to be enough. And now, reason why I wanted to get Aditya, this young man Aditya, on this call is he knows how expensive coaching is, these coaching programs. I will bring you into the fray, but you're going to have to talk with your dad and say, look, I want to improve the quality of my life. I want to improve my dynamics. I've got this American, I've got this Western guy, he's a very professional guy. How much money are you going to give me to go through this training and through this practice?
So how much money does it mean?
Just see what your dad's going to give you.
But I need an approximate amount so I can ask him for.
Couple $1,000 for a coaching program, that'll be, but you don't need to minimize it to that. Let's see what your dad is willing to put on the table for your education, for your passion, for your art. I'm ready to take you on, but you know nothing in life is for free, young man.
Okay, but what's actually included into this
one-on-one coaching sessions brought into a public foray, brought into an international online community, connecting with the principles and practices, the training, the dynamics, all of those modalities to make you the man that you want to be, to rear you up, to get you into manhood. How old are you?
24.
So just tell him whatever you got to tell him to get that money. That's simple as that. You know how to do that, don't you? Do you drive a car? Do you drive a car in Istanbul?
No, I'm not actually from Turkey. I live in Hungary right now. I'm studying medicine there. Like, it's my first year studying medicine in Hungary. I came here to visit my family actually for vacation. So I'm not from.
You're gonna go back to Hungary.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you on, but look, you're a money man. Your family's got money. You know the value of money. So we're not gonna play mystery games together, okay? I'm a highly qualified. You've seen my work. You know I've got the dynamics, right? You know I have the paradigms, right? You know I have the modalities, right? So you see how much money you can get on the table. You say, look, I want to bring you on. I want to hire you on to be my coach, to be my mentor, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
$2. Shiva be audible. Rock.
Give me a price. You give me a price. You give me a price. You figure out how much is my time worth for you to bring you on.
But what is the package looking like?
The package is the opening of the door, the access. The package is the access, my friend. You understand that? What you're feeling right now, that access, I'm not giving that away for free so we can talk about your little prissy town life in Hungary, okay? Your little prissy town boy life, how you're going to be a content creator. We're not playing that fucking game. And so it's an energetic exchange, my man. So go and talk to your daddy. Say, look, I found this guy. He's an online mentor. He's an online coach. He's an online guy. He does this work. He's a meditation master guy. I need a budget for this guy. I want him to take me seriously. Do it that way, or do some aspect of that. You came to me with a proposal, right? Now I'm coming to you for a proposal. So you gotta take your time to think about that, see what you want to do, and then make it happen.
Okay, well, I mean, can you send me the approximate amount, which is like optimal for the coaching, you know what I mean? I actually need the amount, like exact amount, because
well, how many months do you want to be involved in this coaching program? How many months do you want to be involved in this coaching program?
as long as it records.
$10,000. $10,000, indefinite. $10,000 will give you indefinite one-to-one coaching with the doc himself. I might as well be your father at that point. You give me $10,000, you're going to get enough of me that you're going to be throwing up when you think about me.
Cool.
So that's the indefinite price.
Am I going to get famous?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. You're going to learn to be less of a fool. I'm going to teach you how to be a real man, not some prissy Turkish, Hungarian wannabe. You understand that? I'm going to teach you how to be a man. I'm going to teach you how to walk into those halls and say, don't you ever look at me that way. You Hungarian freaks. I'm going to empower you. Okay? I know what they're doing to you over there, and they are feminizing you. They are feminizing you. This is what the Europeans do to people like you. They feminize you. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to take care of your hair. I'm going to teach you how to wear clothes that make you show your status and your powers, and your abilities, your capacities. Okay? I'm going to put you to work. You're paying me to put you to work, buddy. Okay? To be a friend of the show. All right?
Yeah, I see. I mean, I don't know if that's okay. I'm gonna trust you, son.
Well, what do I don't want anything but to help. So in your situation, this is what guys like you need. You need to ask daddy for some money and give it to somebody who's going to be your new daddy. Now you need to translate that in a way that's not going to make your dad's brain explode. Okay? But I'm happy to work with a young man who's happy to sacrifice. Okay? $10,000 is nothing for the kind of coaching that I'm offering you. Don't minimize me. Don't minimize this work.
But do you know who you're talking to?
Excuse me?
Do you know who you're talking to right now? Like, do you have any ideas?
I'm talking to some prissy boy in Hungary that thinks he's going to be a star. That's who I'm dropping ideas to.
Yeah, exactly. It's being a start opportunity, like, and you still need money. Like, can't you see it?
You want online coaching with me? You send me an amount that's fair. You make me the offer. Don't ask me how much. How much is too much for you to afford. But as a special consideration for you and for your need and for your care, okay, I'll make an exception. You can't afford me. This is a high-level process. People are starting to feel it. People are starting to say, wait a minute. People are starting to say, wait a minute. Who is this guy? What's going on here? Not people are going to come in and back-charge donations that they've made. Playing games with my money, playing games with my time and my energy. I retired at 33. I don't need anybody's money. I don't need anybody's handout. I don't need to do coaching with anybody. I don't need to work with anybody. I do it to serve, to help, to have an opportunity to help. And your ego is so bloated out of your mind, you think you're doing me a favor by me being your coach. Subliminally, subconsciously. And that's how we work here. You wouldn't imagine the kind of people that are waking up and getting elevated. People that aren't supposed to be elevated. More people to call in and be real, be authentic, and be wholehearted. Somebody send me a message. They say, I want to pay you for coaching. Okay, then give me an amount, give me a proposal, and I'll say, okay, that's fine or not.
John McNeil K5T donated 5 New Zealand dollars. My sprinkler goes like this.
Once you start to understand what's really going on here, you will be shocked. You will be surprised. Now, some people are too dark and egoic to care. This is not about you. Hello. How are you doing? You can speak English, huh?
Yeah, I can speak English.
All right, look, I'm a man, I just straight facts, you know what I mean?
Sorry?
I'm a man that values his time and operates on straight facts. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not looking for anybody to pull my leg or catch me up and catch me up like a dog. You know what I mean? You get it. I know you get it. So here, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
That's why I called you.
Yeah.
What kind of prices are we looking at for some of these places? We looking at $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. What about a high-rise 3-bedroom? What kind of prices are possible? Real prices, true prices.
Not you looking for like renting a
To buy.
apartment, right?
No, to buy an apartment. My
buy
wife is
apartment,
Vietnamese. My wife is Vietnamese, so we're talking about Vietnamese prices here.
Yes. So are we talking with you about Vietnamese price, right?
Well, I know a little bit about it. They got the companies, right? And then the companies pre-sell the apartments. And then when the apartments are built, the price might go up and it might go down, right? So I'm looking probably for a property that's already been built, that the price has maybe gone down, and we're looking to, to make a purchase.
Okay, already built, right?
Yeah, already built, because you never know what's going to happen with that stuff, and that's I'm not much of an investor. I'm a buyer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, user, right?
Yes.
Yes, I understand. So, so do you looking for three apartment with 3 bedrooms, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. So, where is the area that you're looking for?
It's fine. Anywhere, any area is fine, but it's just a fine area. You know what I mean? But any place, because it costs. We don't want the high cost. We don't need to live in District 1. It's tempting.
Yeah.
It's tempting because as an American, I'm an American, and those cheeseburger places. Are you Buddhist? Do you follow Buddhism?
Not actually.
No religion, right? No religion.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
That's real Buddhism. If you're a real Buddhist, you have no religion. You know what I mean? So I'm looking for a fine place at a fine price. 3-bedroom.
3 bedrooms.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So your wife is Vietnamese, right?
Yeah, that's right. So she's got all that stuff taken care of.
Yes. So your wife and you working in Vietnam or just like
We live in Vietnam. We have the full living in Vietnam. Not about me owning anything, you know what I mean? We like as a Vietnamese people.
Yes, I have some option for you in 9 District 9. Do you know District 9?
Yeah, I know District 9, so you can send that.
Okay.
The cheeseburger, you can't get the cheeseburgers, but you get a good environment, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the very, very good environment
Yeah.
and the cheapest in the inside of Ho Chi Minh City.
Yeah.
Yes. So do you know Vinhomes?
Yeah.
Yeah, Vinhomes developer is the biggest
Right.
developer in Vietnam. You know, right?
So just send me some of those options, and then I'll look over them.
Yes. Okay. So where are you now? Vietnam, right?
Yeah, I live in Vietnam.
Okay. Which district do you live here?
Well, I don't want to go into any personal details, but just send me those options. Remember, Vietnamese price. I'm a very smart man. I'm a very smart guy. You know what I mean? Very smart guy. And it's just I'm just talking with you, but I don't have anything to do with it. We're going full Vietnamese here. You know what I mean? So I'm just reaching out to you, and I'm saying if you've got any real stuff, I know you got to make a couple bucks, but if you got any real stuff, you can send it along to me, and if it's competitive, then you might very well be getting off on the high end of the deal. But fully Vietnamese prices, I got to let you know that.
Okay, I understand.
So. Okay, brother.
I will find and
yes, thank you.
I will send you as soon as possible.
Thank you, my friend Minh Truyen. Okay, long live the Communist Party. Okay.
Yes, I hope to see you.
Okay, me too. We can have coffee together. We can do it. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, brother. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
These people have got the grit. They've got the spirit. They've got a grounding in them. They've got a potentiality. They've got a reality in them. You give it to it as it is. Yes, I know you. I see you. Every American is what. You give it to them. You give it to them straight. And they understand what you're trying to say. They get it. I talk straight. Yeah, come. Whatever it is, we'll figure it out because it's a practice. It's not about I want it to be a certain way. It's a practice. Dreams are the benefactors of nightmares, everybody. So don't let your dreams lead you. Look at this. Here we go. A red super chat, $199.99 out of the blue. A red super chat. Let's go crazy. W's in the chat, everybody. Look at that beautiful red. That beautiful blood red is one of my favorite colors. That beautiful blood red is one of my favorite colors. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Dion McNeil K5T donated $2 New Zealand. Fuck you.
Well, kind of a confluence event, huh, Shiva? You see a little bit of the difference of the connections that we make with people, with our potentialities. A $2 donation from Dion McNeil saying fark, 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 being read out on Super Chat, and a $199.99 donation straight from Redius himself, the man himself. That's not enough to pay my rent. I will say that. If you can send one more of those, that'll be enough to pay my rent for the month. And how nice that would be. It's dangerous.
All right.
I'm starving too. Somebody just said there's African kids starving, that $200 could go towards. I'm starving too. I haven't eaten in 5 days. Think about the caloric deficit that I'm currently going through. I guess I'm in ketosis. I have no idea. I don't even believe in it. I say ketosis, mitosis. Work with the mind. 100, another red, beautiful. The red color is so stark to me and so fantastic for me. Another $100 donation, $100 Australian. That's the thing, Redius. Because you make your donation on iPhone, YouTube takes 30% and Apple takes like 20% or something, or 15%. So it takes like almost half or nearing half of what you give, the company send. That's probably what it is. So if you see the 99 on somebody's donation, it means that a much higher percentile is going to be taken from the creator or who you actually want to give it to. But it's fine. It's not about the money, you know. But if we think about it that way, then we understand it.
So that's why you should send it on Streamlabs. You get the benefit of text-to-speech, but no fees.
Hey, you heard it from the man himself. My rent is paid. There you go, everybody. Honey, the rent is paid. Our rent for the month has been paid. They pay our rent. These people online, they paid our rent. Can you say thank you to them, honey? Our rent, our monthly rent.
Thank you. Hi. Thank you, everyone. Oh my God, really?
It's a very scary woman as well. Can be.
Hello, Shiva. Why you not talk anything, Shiva?
We haven't heard you talk, Shiva.
I'm just peaceful.
Just people. Okay. Good.
I don't mean to insult anybody. I just mean to refresh and restart the standard and the paradigm. To start fresh, to start new. So guys, we're almost at our $300 goal for our live stream today. If you haven't donated yet,
donated $2 New Zealand. Settle down, Mr. Receding Hairline. Fuck you.
it's there. It's in there. So if you haven't donated yet, everybody, we are almost at our $300 goal for today. Please feel free and welcome to donate. I need to be careful to not have an anxiety attack or a schizophrenic episode because I haven't eaten food in 5 days. I'm drinking coffee. If somebody donates $1,000 on PayPal, I will support Hung, and I'll be the videographer for a cooking stream. How would you like that? Not a stream, but a cooking tutorial once we end our fast. Somebody donates $1,000 on PayPal, straight out of the back. I'll be the filmer, a 4K cooking tutorial of Hung and all that kind of stuff, okay?
I wait, Shiva. How? What video cook, Shiva? Victoria.
How do my fingers smell? Smell like cigarettes. I've cooked. I can cook. But I'm already cooking. I'm already cooking. I'm already cooking. I've actually thought about starting an American restaurant here in Vietnam, but it's not going to be vegan, right? So isn't that going to be a little bit of a problem? So what's next? What are we doing right now? What am I about to do? What are we about to do? I remembered already. We're going to put the link for the PayPal.
Dr. Rob cooking so nice. Sometimes Dr. Rob teaching me cooking.
Yes, yes. America is in crisis. Is America in crisis, Shiva?
I don't know.
A country's in crisis if there aren't plenty of virgin women, 30-year-old virgin women that are looking for a man that looks like him. That's the Shiva's definition of a country in crisis. You should go to Afghanistan, man. How about Shiva in Afghanistan? What a series that would be. Vlogs. Do the production value, man. You're good at that stuff. You're good at editing. You're good at that kind of stuff. What's that, Redius? At Monk Life? You've asked me for my PayPal so many times, Redius. I don't think you've donated a single time on there. Sometimes I think people are pulling my leg. Go to Iran, Shiva. Use the money that you've gotten from these donations and go to Iran and live stream there. Or Lebanon. Go to Lebanon. Somebody said Shiva never has anything to say. It's hot chips and farts. That's a little bit harsh, huh? If you want to call in, send me a message first on WhatsApp, then you can call in. Start a business, man. Use your mind. Use your mind in that way. You have a very good mind. Use your mind. Start a business. I'll support you. We'll support you. Please call in. I'm begging you to call in. I'm begging somebody to call in. Sila also means mindfulness. So if you're truly mindful, you won't do anything wrong. Because inherently, you don't want to cause any kind of suffering. Okay. W's in the chat for Redius Maximus. He makes $39,000 a month. Maybe we get Redius Maximus to call in. Talk about how I can put some of that in my pocket. Yeah. I bet you can. Don't trust anyone. You want my advice? Don't trust anybody. Unless they were a Buddhist monk for 8 years. You probably trust them. No, Redius Maximus. You can put in...
Neil K5T donated $2 New Zealand dollars.
Here, put this in.
Looking like a Temu Hei Hachimishima.
I think this is it. Hold on. Let's see here, Redius. You got the cat by the tail, man. You got the cat by the tail right now. Here we go. Hold on. Okay, if you go to PayPal, okay, and you type in oh, this is what it is. Here. you type in this, then I will receive that money, man. If you go to PayPal and you type this in, that's my account. Okay? If you go to PayPal and you type that in, send money on PayPal, that's my account. Now let's start talking about some real stuff. We're going to bring in some young men who have questions, who want to be a part of this community, who want to connect with an elder and somebody who's serious about new dynamics and new paradigms and new modalities for mindfulness and detachment. That's precisely what we're going to do. We're going to bring these young men into the fray. Shiva, what's going on, buddy? You haven't said a single word today. Okay, hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome into our live session here today. Don't do drugs. Spend time in the forest. 10 push-ups in the morning, 10 push-ups in the evening. Go ahead, Shiva. Do not manipulate me. Anybody here who tries to manipulate me, watch out. I don't like that. I don't like being manipulated. I don't like when people manipulate me. Well, we'll see for ourselves what happens. You want to see my sty? Yeah, it's not a sty, it's an abscess now. We've gone from having a sty to a semi-infected abscess. You want to see my sty? Here, look at it. This is it. Okay, thank you so much, brother man. Whoever you are, thank you for your donation. We're still a little bit away from our $500 goal today. We're a little bit away from that $500 goal, but we're slowly moving towards it and we're almost reaching it. So some people out there, you have a couple extra dollars or something like that. You're a wealthy millionaire, something like that. You're on your track to become a millionaire. You're welcome to donate, support, be a part of this community in an active and engaged way. We're almost at our $500 goal for today. It's a cyst, needs removing. Okay, well, I'll take a look at that. But I don't like that. I don't like that idea of somebody putting a needle through there. You know, what happens then? That's a scary situation.
Just leave it alone. Your body actually heals itself.
Yeah, it's going to heal itself. And now I'm detoxing, so I think that that's working slowly. What are you guys doing? What do you guys think about this? Okay, let's try again, Mac Guy. Let's give it a shot. Okay, thank you very much, Redius Maximus. Let's get some W's in the chat for Redius Maximus, everybody. Hello. So, Mac Guy, right? What's your name?
My name is Tanner. I tried to change it on YouTube, but when
Tanner.
I did, you guys didn't recognize my name.
That's
My
right.
name's Tanner, yes.
Yeah, I remember Tanner. Okay, so we've just received a $50 Australian donation. Thank you so much. Dog Ate My Pit Bike. Dog Ate My Pit Bike says, Dr. Rob, don't you just get tired of piggybacking Shiva around the internet? He needs to learn to walk, talk something of his own. Well, we all feel that way. That's why we've created a cardboard cutout of Shiva to bring to our meditation center. And may take time, but we're certainly going to be successful in what we attempt to do. And you can join the Discord call, Shiva, if you want. We can both be up on stage there on the Looks Maxing group. So we have a lot of different dimensions. So tell us a little bit. They banned me from Pink Pill, some rogue moderator. You got to watch out because sometimes people are going to get triggered. When somebody comes in and says, hey, I'm not looking for anything from anybody. I'm here to volunteer. I'm here to share. I'm here to be real. Somebody says, I don't like that. That's dangerous. They kick them out. So you got to watch out for these rogue moderators and these rogue admins. You see what I'm saying? Don't go rogue, right? Now, what's been going on here is a question mark for you, Mr. Tanner. Do you have your own home? I mean, what's going on over there? Where do you live?
Yeah, I own my own house.
Hold on, let's pause there. It's a little bit casual. What do you mean you own your own house? You have a mortgage, right?
Yeah. I guess the bank owns my house.
Okay. How long do you expect until you can pay off that mortgage?
So really, I don't think it's gonna be too long. Probably in the next 10, 20 years, maybe.
Wow. And do you have employees for your business?
Yes, 2.
Okay. How much do you pay them?
They're on a contract basis, so it's just by, on a monthly average, I'd probably say it's around $4,000 to $5,000 a month.
Okay. So low-skilled general workers, guys that you just happen to meet, no offense to them, but just guys that anybody around in the world could come in and fill out their role, right? And so you're paying them $4,000 to $5,000. Well, in some sense, right? You know how to train people. You know how to train people up, right? $4,000 to $5,000 a month. Now you, as a business owner, are coming to me as a professional mind consultant, right? And so you need to tenor, right? It's funny, tenor. You need to tenor your expectations, your approach, and your mindset when you're doing that because it doesn't make a lot of sense, right? You're wanting one-on-one support. You're wanting one-on-one dynamics with me. And for me to respect you as a man, okay, while you pay $4,000 to $5,000 to this and that person a month, but I'm in a position where I'm saying, oh, maybe could you give me, you're thinking to me, well, maybe I'll give them $100 and I'll have a call with me or what have you, right? Do a mentorship. I'm not here to set a price. I'm not here to put anybody in that position, okay? But for you as a business owner...
It's about the value. I know you bring value, but monetary value, because they're paid on commission mostly, right? So that's how I judge.
Well, this is the commission. This is the commission of my time and my trust as well for you. And I've had this with a lot of men that want to be close to me. And I say, okay, well, why do you want to be close to me? They say, you seem to have a very deep understanding of the mind and very functional principles and practices about how to work with suffering, how to work with the mind, etc. So I'd like to bring you closer to me and collaborate with me as someone who sees that your work doing. I'd like to bring you into that. I say, okay, well, what's going on? So it's not a matter of me trying to make a deal. It's a matter of you seeing what degree of value you find in this and then giving according to that. It would be different if you were here, you were volunteering, or you were doing this, you were doing that. And okay, well, what are we talking about? You're helping out. So in this case, if you want to help out, you want to be a part of the community, then you need to practice that. You need to step into that role. There's no discussion about if and how about all these different kinds of things. You want to step into that role, step into that role. Don't just call me up. Don't have just people call me up talking about this and that, and I would like to spend some more time with you or something like. You're already getting all this free time. So now you want some privatized support and direct experience. So you're welcome to have that, but I'm going to expect something from you as well. And I want you to set that. I want you to set that rate. Yeah, a lot of people may take or may not take this for granted. I'm not here to say that this has inherent value, but it has inherent value according to the value that people give to it, how much they want to support it, how much they want to get involved. I don't need anything from anybody, but that doesn't mean that my hard work isn't worth your cash. Right? So I'm just letting you know, you own your own house, you're paying a mortgage, you're paying $10,000 a month to employees to do different works, okay? Guess what? Somebody sends me $100, somebody sends me $1,000. Good for them, good for me, good for everybody. I'm not pissing my pants. I'm not going off stream because somebody gave me $1,000 and jerking off saying I did it. So you got to even out your mentality and your perspective and your approach. Okay, and that regardless about how friendly and weird and kind of off kilter like a beggar guy I am or something like that, actually there's dynamics here that are very advanced, that are very high level. Okay, and you're welcome to be an investor and a practitioner and a part of that, but that's up to you. I'm not trying to connive you and finagle you into doing that. But I've worked with a number of men. You think about that, a number of men that have consumed the content. They want to be closer to me. They want to follow me. They want to be involved. And I say, okay, you can be involved by making a donation. Seriously. They want to be trusted by me. Okay, you can, people that have a bunch of money, I will extend a little bit of trust to me if you show me that how much you value this practically, such as coming to join for a meditation retreat, such as coming to practice here in Vietnam, such as coming and asking me if there's anything that you could do to volunteer or to support or to help. But for people in this area, you're coming to me like this, and I had one guy, he'll love that I'm talking about it, some like Masonic middle-aged guy. And I told him straight, maybe I was trying to get a little bit of cash out of him. What's wrong with that? He's trying to get a little bit of entertainment out of me. He's trying to get a little bit of attention out of me, right? So I said to him, look, we've got a group of people, we got a small group, they support the work, they believe in the work, they want to empower it, they send a monthly donation, right? So if you'd like to support, if you'd like to be a part of that, it'd be very much appreciated. You know what the guy did? He sent me like $7 after that. So I'm not playing that game. If that's where people's mindset is at, good for them, but I'm not going to have anything to do with that. Okay? Because I value my time and my energy and my attention a lot more than that.
So something I've always found in myself is that I thrive on structure. So if I know what I'll be not attaining, but if I know what I'll be experiencing and what is planned for me to be obtained, then it's a lot easier for me to show that generosity, right? But in your case, very particular case, definitely. I have not seen an option to volunteer or anything, but I mean,
the option is for you to make serious actions of generosity, serious expressions of your self-sacrifice, your commitment, and the value to see in it. We're not going to turn Dr. Rob's world into Tanner's world, right? Tanner's world wants to be a part of Dr. Rob's world. Dr. Rob says, for someone like you in your position, the best way for you to start is to actually practice making a real donation or real actions of generosity to open up a bridge between us into these dynamics. That's it. I'm not approaching you and I'm not trying to sell you anything. And that's maybe where the wires are crossed. I'm not trying to sell you anything, and I don't need your money, and I don't need your attention. I don't need your time. You're coming to me because a part of you feels a sense of need about wanting to work with me and be close to me and functionally bring me on as a consultant in your mind and in your life. Okay, so I'm telling you, I don't even set a price. Show me the money. Okay, show me the money. There's not any opportunities. There's not. Sure, find out an amount. Find out what it would be a reasonable amount or whatever, and start to experiment with that and see what happens. See how you feel.
We can definitely do that. I mean, I tried whenever I first found you. I think I sent you several $100s the first go around, but it wasn't very structured. So if we can structure it to where it's a monthly retainer,
I've already monthly retainer, a monthly retainer for Dr. Rob's mental skills to have on retainer. But I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know you need to up the price. You need to up the amount. I always tell this to people. I always say this to people. Listen to this. I always tell this to people. I say, if you're just getting by, generosity is a functional principle of Buddhism and the path of becoming a better person and essentially developing a relationship with a teacher or a community is functional generosity. So I say this to people. If you're just getting by, give what you can. And that's enough. And that's great. Maybe all you can give is your time and your attention, your energy, having a call like this. Maybe that's all that you can give, right? If you're middle class, you're doing well, you should give more than what you think is appropriate. Otherwise, you're insulting me and you're diminishing me and you're diminishing yourself as well and your capacity to give and the valuation that you have towards this. Okay? And if you're wealthy, which is a situation with a lot of these men, good fucking luck. Because they think they own the world. And, money isn't going to help very much. And it's not about money, it's about generosity. The reason that I'm talking to you about money is because that's where your attachment point lays in relationship to me. And the moment that you can start actually practicing generosity without expectation is the moment that I and you can actually start having a real conversation. Whether we like it or not. Whether we like, you could make me a coloring book. Is that what you want to do? You want to make me a coloring book? You want to draw pictures of Dr. Rob and send them in the mail? You could do that too. But as two young men who are peers in this world and understand the value of money and understand how much of your attachment value and your independence is based in money, okay, show me some of that money and I'll show you some trust. The structure is that Dr. Rob is known to show up. That's the structure, is that Dr. Rob's known to be there in the morning and known to be there in the evening. That's the structure. The question mark for you is, are you willing to sacrifice these elements of your ego enough for me and you to actually have a conversation? See what happens. It's up to you. I'm not trying to sell you on anything, but you've told me your financial situation. I understand the paradigm going on. So if you send me $100, that's not impressive to me. And you imagine if you actually wanted a mentor, if you actually wanted to have a coach that had anything to say about anything, right? It was actually a real deal guy, you'd be paying thousands of dollars a month, minimum. $1,000 a month minimum, $2,000 a month minimum to spend time with somebody that actually has a capacity to coach you or share with you directly. I'll work with you where you are. It's not about money. I don't need anybody's money. But it's an energy exchange for us to work together and have a working relationship. And that's up to you if you want that or not. But there's this big meme like, Dr. Rob wants the money, and if I give him some money, ha, 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 ha. I don't need anybody's money. Who doesn't like money? But it's not about the money. It's about your expression of self-sacrifice from where you currently are, in the situation that you are currently in. That's it.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. It's
vulnerability. It's sacrificial. You're making yourself vulnerable. Then I can work with you. You're putting yourself out there on a limb. Then I can work with you. How much have I put myself out there on a limb? How much have I made myself vulnerable to make you feel like you could talk to me and ask me for help or connect with me in some way? How much have I done to put myself in that position? You're talking about, well, I gave you a couple $100. Newsflash, I'm not your employee. Newsflash, I don't need a couple $100. We're working on building a meditation center for hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I'm not telling you to take full account of that, but I'm just saying you're putting me in this position of some random dude who you're doing a favor every time you give him $20. And I'm sorry, but you're not doing me a favor. You're doing yourself a favor when you practice generosity concerned with this way of life. These principles and practices, concerned with the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, concerned with morality, generosity, self-sacrifice, being beyond the ego. Shut your mouth, you little social climber. This is an Aram guy who's coming. He's one of my enemies. Some nasty little guy, nasty little boy. He wants to get spanked. He likes getting spanked by the doc.
Talking about Shiva?
No. It's somebody else, a guy named Aram. There's all kinds of different circles here, man, and that's one of the things as well. It's trying to come into this situation from a managerial or an overseer point of view. You're going to come in here as a practitioner. You're going to come in here as a donor. You're going to come in here as someone who's looking for help. And I'm sorry, but if in the broader spectrum, the broader sphere of what's going on here, right? And knowing people's financial situation and background, they're not going to have a seat at the table just because they gave somebody $100. And I've already laid it out to you very, very clearly. And so it's like, if you want personal mentorship with me, that is what it is. And you need to think about that and digest that. If you don't want that, then that's fine too. You're still going to be able to come and spend time with me and be a part of the community, call in like this, etc.
Well, what if we do something to where the effect of you're trying to start what is basically a business with your meditation center? I can definitely help out on that.
We're not starting a business. We're not starting anything like that. We're not doing anything like that. This is not a business. Somebody else reached out and was like, send me your business proposal. I'm not proposing anything to anybody. You're coming to me. You'd like support. You'd like to participate. You'd like to be a part of it. You'd like more private direct coaching. Okay, pay me. And to the amount that you pay me, I'll take you seriously. That's how the world works. That's how it works. That's what people do. So don't act like I'm a fool because I'm saying that. Do you have to give me money for me to talk with you? Do you have to give me, Aram, you lost, and I won. Do you have to give me money for me to talk to you and spend time with you? No, you absolutely do not. So on one hand, you're saying, oh, this guy's trying to squeeze money out of me. On the other side, the guy's saying, you're welcome anyway. You're welcome regardless. So you have to accept that both are true. And that's where you find your meeting point, your middling point of practicing generosity. A mentor or a coach or whatever. You want me to be in a mentorship position with you? Well, then you're going to have to give. Not you're thinking about business. You're going to have to give your money. This is a real world. And this is supposed to be controversial or weird. This is supposed to be like taboo. I'm trying to manipulate this guy. This is how the fucking world works. You want a mentor, you want a consultant, you want somebody to step in and help you out with anything, you better be able to pay money. Period.
Everything has dollar value.
And so you need to find the dollar value of Dr. Rob in your life. You need to give that amount, and then I'll trust you. Thank you, Mac Guy. It's not about trust as well. It's about opening yourself. I trust you more just in this conversation. It's about opening yourself, making yourself vulnerable. And if you think that you paying me, right, would be possibly you're being exploited, then why are you coming to me for mentorship anyway? That doesn't make any sense. You've got to get your house in order and then come correct to me. Make me a proposal. Yeah. But I'm not going to be your employee. There's no situation where I'm going to be your employee. Uh-oh, it's time to talk with Mac Guy.
Tanner.
All right. I love you, Tanner. I'll be watching my PayPal, okay? It's a hard truth, man. It's a hard truth. Imagine if the work that you've done, the work that you've given, the work that you were willing to do was going to be unpaid. How would you feel?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do it. Well, I mean, but your work is supposed to be on that sort of level of, I just want to help people, right?
That's right.
So, I mean, does the what's his name that Shiva follows a lot? The big spiritual guy. He doesn't accept money for things, I don't think. Well, he hasn't asked.
He's a fucking millionaire. He's a fucking millionaire. And we're still playing this game, man. You got to get out of your ego on this. You got to drop your ego on this.
Ego in what form?
Your attachment to not giving me money. You have to drop that. And when you do, I'll take you on as a mentor and I'll do my best to rear you. Will you go from Dr. Rob to Daddy Rob?
No, I don't want that. I don't want that.
Well, then don't give me any money. Then don't give me any money at all, okay?
No, I'm gonna, I will.
It's gonna take time, man. It's gonna take time. And you've got to figure out how to practice with what this is in a practical way. And the more that you do that, the more that me and you are gonna be able to have a practical, real conversation. I don't need your money, man. I'm not attached to your money, but you are. So give me your attachment. Bring your attachment to me and say, in the face of you and you giving me guidance and you supporting me and you mentoring me, I'm willing to let go of my attachments. Because otherwise, there's no use for me to mentor you or have private conversations with you. Doesn't mean I won't, but I'm just trying to help you incentivize the doc to incentivize you. Mutual generosity without expectation.
Mutual, definitely. No, I get it. What did Shiva end up doing this? Because you said you've also often said that you're his guru or you're his mentor. Did he end up? Is that how he started with you?
It's none of your business.
That's it.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
You're depressed, man. You're going through the difficult things, man. You're looking to the. Why don't you see it from a Wolf of Wall Street kind of way? You're so depressed. You're so downtrodden. You're paying tens of thousands of dollars every month to everybody to do everything. You're coming to a mentor. You want some guy to mentor you. I don't know why. I didn't tell you to want to be my mentor or whatever. Pay up. Pay the fucking money. Relieve yourself. What kind of game do you think this is? This fantasy world that you're living in. This is the real fucking world. You want a mentor, you pay for it. Now I'm supposed to be what, a saint?
No, definitely not.
And it's, to the difficulty of all of us, it's difficult. But this is real life, man. I already told you, you want me to coach you, make a proposal, and I'll receive it. I'm already giving you a proposal. I'm just saying donate. Donate, seriously, and, I'm still your guy.
If you pay me. Oh yeah, I get it. Totally. That's
No, not if you pay me. Not if you pay me. But I'm not going to follow you around. You're coming to me. What are you talking about? You are asking me to be a mentor for you. You're sending me messages saying, I want to pay you for coaching. So pay me. What are you talking about? This attachment to money is precisely why I'm targeting this on you. This rigid little attachment to money. I'll burn $500 in this live stream right now. $500 don't mean nothing to me. But you're saying that you want this guy to be your mentor. You want this guy to give you more attention. You want this guy to support you more. I'll burn $500 right now. Like it's nothing. But you have all this attachment to money where you don't even consider to actually make a real donation according to your means. Who here thinks that I would never burn $100 bills on my live stream? Who here thinks that? That, oh, Dr. Rob would never do that. Yeah, you know that I would do that, right, Mac Guy?
I've seen you do it.
So let's leave it there. All right, everybody, that's Mac Guy. Thank you, Mac Guy, for calling in. You're a great guest. Thank you, Mac Guy. Lots of love, brother. I ain't nobody's mommy. I'm the swordsman.
Yo, Rob, I just got one thing.
I just got one thing to say. Yeah, Shay, shut up. All right, go ahead, 0011. We got FL. You're looking great, FL. We love to see it. Love to see a good-looking young man like that in our community.
I hope you're having a wonderful day, Dr. Rob. Today I wanted to ask you, how do you think your spiritual health connects to your physical health?
What'd you say?
How do you think, like, the way that you perceive yourself, your mindfulness, how do you think that connects to your physical health?
Oh, it's a one-to-one. It's a one-to-one. So there's specific scientific studies that say for someone that's had a post-traumatic stress disorder, as PTSD, right? Serious PTSD, something like that. They're in anxiety all the time. They have panic attacks, all that stuff. They have a significantly higher rate of cancer than lifelong smokers. So your inability to work with your own central nervous system, the operations that allow us to cut out cancer, to cut out all these things that create all these problems, to not be hyper stressed all the time, exactly correlates to your physical health, right? Mind makes matter. And so if you don't have a deep, meaningful relationship with your mind, you're never going to reach the higher echelons of beauty, because the higher echelons of beauty are internal in terms of your own mind. You think a woman is beautiful, wait till you see profound peace you know, where you're truly at peace, where you're truly free. That's beautiful. That's real beauty. That's divine beauty of the mind. You know, so it's like a lot of times guys will be posting like these ladies, you know, these conventionally attractive ladies. You know what I mean, right, Dr. FL? They'll be posting these ladies. Yeah, breasts, ass, look good. You know, I'm more of a multi-ethnic guy, so I'm not so big on this, you know, the Caucasian ladies in general, right? But I see these ladies and also see their minds in their face. And it's very unappealing. You know, it's a massive... Oh, 100%. 100%. All the more so when walking down the street. And so when you are sensitive, you don't just see the physical appearance of the person. You also see the expression of the mind through their face, through their way of being. That's where you see real beauty.
I think that's interesting, Dr. Rob. I appreciate you a lot. Thank
And
you.
so
I'll
that-
sit with that for a little bit.
Yeah. And that's why that Shiva guy, Shiva, joined the Discord. That's why that Shiva guy came in and he was talking about how the physical beauty is actually the lowest level of beauty. You know, like the lowest degree of beauty. And in fact, the beauty of the mind, the quality of the mind is all the more important. You know, I mean, you guys, you can do the looks maxing stuff. You can do all those different things. You know what I mean? But also to be aware of the deeper elements, deeper ways of thinking when it comes to working with all this stuff.
I think that's beautiful, Dr. Rob. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.